Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Live Ones. It is Wednesday, August 31st, 2022, final day of August, and it's that time of year where the grind just really starts to get to baseball players over that 162 game schedule. And as usual this year, a lot of teams are seeing really important pieces go down to injury at the worst possible time. The Dodgers with Tony Gonsolin, the Astros with Justin Verlander, the Rays with Shane McClanahan, the Yankees with Nestor Cortez and Aroldis Chapman. Chapman's was particularly weird as he got an infection from a new leg tattoo. How'd you like to have to go down on the IL for that? Again, worst possible time for a lot of these teams as we're getting into the end of the regular season. As it stands right now, the Yankees are out in front of Tampa Bay by 7 games. They got a little bit of a cushion. Cleveland and Minnesota are neck and neck for the Central. Houston just can't be caught in the West. They've got a 12-game lead on Seattle. Tampa Bay, Seattle, and Toronto with the wild card slots. But friggin' Baltimore, give it up for the Orioles making a go at it. They've got 7 more games against the Blue Jays in September. They could potentially leapfrog them and get themselves into their first postseason since 2016. In the National League, the Mets have the Braves right on their heels in the East, with the Phillies holding up the second wild card spot despite sputtering against the Diamondbacks. Cardinals are 7 games up on the Brewers. Brewers really can't catch them, but they are the only other team in the NL wildcard race at the moment. Dodgers are 18 games up on the Padres. You can just go ahead and call it. They're the NL West champions right now. Padres clinging to that third wildcard spot. It's officially the last day with nothing left to cap apart from baseball. The summer swoon is finally over. Week 1 of college football, the 5-day extravaganza, starts tomorrow. Power 5 action. We've got Pitt and West Virginia, Penn State and Purdue tomorrow night, a short slate Friday en route to a giant opening card on September 3rd. More on all that tomorrow. Tonight we've got another full slate of Wednesday baseball. Let's get to it, and we're going to start with the A's and the Nationals. Taking a look at the first 5 total of 4.5. Ordinarily, I'd never touch a matchup like this come the last month of the season. 2 teams on pace to lose over 100 games. Neither team really playing for anything more than pride. One team without even so much as a fan base, wanting more than anything else to move to Las Vegas. The other where the owner is looking for anyone to buy the team off of him and clearly making roster moves to clear the payroll, make it as an attractive a sale as they possibly can. But there's a great edge in this game today, and it's on that first 5 total. These are 2 of the absolute worst offenses in baseball, who between them have a collective 6.8 runs a game their respective last 10. You got a pitcher for the Nationals in Anibal Sanchez, who even though he's been the drizzling shits most of the year, is actually riding a pretty good hot streak right now, scattering 4 earned runs and 9 hits through 14 2/3 innings in his last 3 starts. Meanwhile, James Caprillion on the mound for the A's. He had a clunker of a start his last time out against the Yankees. You really can't blame him for that with that lineup. But otherwise has been Mr. Reliable all through the back half of the year, even allowing 8 earned runs his last time out. He's averaging 2.2 earned runs given up his last 10 starts. Less than 5 hits a start his last 10, and that's through 5 or 6 innings each and every start. When you get the 2 pitchers like this in really good form and 2 of the worst atrociously bad offenses in baseball facing off, you got to go with the under. I know these 2 teams lit it up early last night, but Cole Irwin and Eric Fetty were just both so bad. Not the case today. You got 2 good pitchers on the mound and 2 pitchers in really, really good recent form. So I'm taking the under 4.5 runs through the first 5 innings of this game. That is my play. Second game, and we're going to take a look at Tigers and Mariners. I got burned by this pick last night going with the under, but from tailing good pitchers and fading cold offenses to just the opposite in this game, we have the Detroit Tigers where, where's this offense been all year? Tigers dead last in Major League Baseball in runs and OPS. No offensive pop of any kind outside of Harold Castro. And suddenly the last 8 games, they're averaging 4.5 runs a game. And they get a starter who's been struggling like hell since the beginning of July, and Marco Gonzalez, particularly on the road with Gonzalez. Since July 1st on the road, Gonzalez has given up 17 earned runs and 35 hits, along with 7 walks in 21 2/3 innings on the road. That's an ERA of 7 and a whip of almost 2. Just atrocious. Gonzalez is also a lefty. The Tigers have one of the most pronounced splits in baseball offensively. Their batting average is a full 50 points better against lefties than it is against righties. Mariners' bullpen is one of the best in the majors, but I think the Tigers should be able to knock Gonzalez around for at least 4 runs with the form that they've been in lately and he's been in lately. Give me the Tigers team total over 3.5 runs. Last but not least, The Orioles and the Guardians. Taking another one where we're going to take a look at a total. I would normally never ever touch an under with Jordan Lyles on the mound. The guy is going to go down in MLB history as the quintessential innings eater. He gives up a ton of hits and a ton of runs, but he can throw a lot of pitches, and he's kept in rotations to give the bullpens a break, basically. But let's take a look at all the other factors in this game. Cleveland starter Tristan McKenzie has allowed fewer than 3 earned runs in 15 of 23 starts this year, and he performs at his best at the pitcher-friendly Progressive Field, where he has a 2.78 ERA with a 185 opponent's batting average. He's been even better lately. That ERA is down to 2.14 in 10 starts since the beginning of July. Both teams have struggled at the plate lately, with the Orioles 23rd in the majors in OPS over the last 15 days, and the Guardians 25th along that in that same span. Add in a pair of strong bullpens, with the Guardians bullpen pitching to a 3.15 ERA, and the Orioles basically the same at 3.17. And I actually think the only thing that could theoretically prevent this under from hitting is if the O's try to extend Lyles and he just winds up giving, going through 6 innings and giving up, say, like 5 or 6 runs. But there's no reason for them to do that, though. These aren't the Orioles of the last 3 years. They've been slowly farming young talent. They're legitimately moving up to be contenders again. And they've got a strong bullpen now. Plus, Cleveland's been ass at the plate lately. The under is 16-4-1 in the Guardians' last 21 games, while it's cashed in 6 straight for the Orioles. Everything in the world screams take the under in this game, and I'm going to do it. Cleveland and Baltimore under 8.5 runs. Third and final play for the day. Everyone bet safe, stay safe. Follow us on Twitter at Live One Sports. Check us out on Roku and Fire TV at the Live Ones. Have yourselves a great Wednesday night, and I will see you tomorrow.